Let me be honest with you. If you earn little money, most saving advice is useless. Not because you are bad with money, but because the rules you are following were never designed for people like you. If you feel like saving money is impossible because you earn little, I am going to tell you something important right away. The problem is not you, it is the strategy. Most saving advice out there assumes you have wiggle room in your budget. But if your income barely covers essentials, the traditional advice, just cut back and save more, feels impossible. Today, I am going to show you practical methods you can actually use, ones that do not make you feel limited or miserable. Let us start with something simple but powerful, understanding exactly where your money is going. Before you can save anything, you need to know your income and expenses perfectly. Write down every source of money you have, salary, side gigs, any small income, and then list every expense, from rent to the coffees you buy during the week. This is not theoretical, it is the foundation of everything. When you track spending like this, you can stop guessing and start making real changes. Because when you know your numbers, you stop reacting and start controlling. Once you know your real financial situation, the next step is to set a realistic budget that prioritizes essentials first. That means housing, utilities, food, transportation, the four walls that keep your life running. Only after essentials are covered do you think about allocating money for other things. This kind of prioritization does not feel limiting once you realize it protects your life from financial chaos. Without a budget, you are in reactive mode. With a budget, you are in command. A tool that many people overlook and that actually works well on low income is the 50-30-20 rule, adapted to your reality. Normally, this rule says 50% goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings. But when you earn little and essentials take more than half your income, you adjust it. You still aim to put aside something, even a small fixed percentage, each month, and you treat that amount like a non-negotiable bill. This changes saving from extra to essential. Automating transfers so they happen before you see the money can make all the difference. Now let us talk about smart spending habits that actually add up. Many people underestimate how much they can save by tweaking daily habits. Saving money is not about extreme deprivation, it is about making intentional choices. For example, food expenses are often one of the largest categories in a tight budget. Meal planning, buying generic brands instead of name brands, and shopping with a list can significantly cut costs without making you feel deprived. Planning meals before you shop stops impulsive purchases and wasted food. Another surprisingly effective strategy is using cash back and reward apps for your everyday purchases. These apps give you small amounts of cash back or rewards for things you were already going to buy. Groceries, gas, household supplies, and over time those small savings add up. It might not feel like much at first, maybe $20 to $50 per month, but that is money that can be moved straight into savings without causing stress. Here is a technique many people do not think about. Reduce your variable costs by shopping smarter. This means buying items out of season, choosing discount or thrift stores, and comparing prices online before making purchases. Timing your shopping around sales or clearance events can save far more than you expect. If you buy clothing, home goods, or seasonal items off-season or second-hand, you keep your quality of life intact while saving substantial amounts over time. You can also test spending challenges like a no-spend week or no-buy weekend. For a short period, you cut all non-essential spending and simply use what you already have. These challenges are not about long-term deprivation. They are mini resets that reveal how much of your spending is habitual versus necessary. By doing this occasionally, you break patterns that slowly drain your budget, and you often discover savings opportunities you never noticed before. And here is a psychological trick that helps keep you motivated. Set specific savings goals with meaning. Saving for a vague future feels abstract, but saving for something concrete, Say an emergency fund, a small vacation, or a new tool for a side hustle, makes the process emotional in a positive way. When a goal has meaning, you are more likely to stick to the plan, even if the amounts are small. An approach many financial planners endorse is to automate your savings so that saving happens without conscious effort. This concept, sometimes called pay yourself first, means treating savings like a bill you must pay each month. That way, the money goes into your savings account before you get a chance to spend it. Over time, even modest automated savings build a cushion you can rely on during hard months. Another practical tactic is to review your bills and subscription services regularly. Many people continue paying for services they rarely use: streaming platforms, premium apps, gym memberships. Canceling or downgrading these can free up small amounts every month that add up over a year. Similarly, checking if you qualify for discounts, government benefits, or tax credits that you have never claimed can boost your effective income without earning more in the traditional sense. If you feel stuck with no apparent way to trim your expenses further, consider boosting your income through side hustles or creative income streams. Many people with low income find that part-time online work, freelancing a skill, or selling unused items around the house brings extra money they can funnel directly into savings. This does not need to replace your job. Even a few extra dollars a week can accumulate over time and give you breathing room. There are also community-focused approaches you might explore. For example, platforms and organizations exist that help low-income savers with incentives, rewards, and saving support, helping build habits without forcing big sacrifices. These tools can make saving feel more like a game and less like a burden. And finally, realize that saving is not about perfection. It is about consistency. Even small amounts saved consistently build momentum. People often think they need to save big amounts right away, but putting aside a small amount regularly, even as little as $5 or $10, creates a habit and a sense of progress. Over time, that habit becomes a cushion, and once you have a cushion, your financial decisions become easier and less stressful.